volume and surface area of pyramids, but first we're going to find the height and or slant height of each of these. Okay. So, number 1, we want to find the slant height of this pyramid. Here is the slant height. It's on the outside right here. Okay, so I'm going to redraw that triangle as if I'm taking a slice out of it. This, I don't know. We call that the slant height. This is 12. What's the bottom going to be? Like, let's look at the bottom. What is the bottom going to be? So what number?
My bad.
7, right? It's not going to be 14 because it doesn't go all the way across. It stops in the middle. So now I'm going to go 12 squared plus 7 squared equals slant height squared. Or we can just do the square root of 12 squared plus 7 squared equals slant height. So what does that equal, guys? Put it in your calculator.
13.8924.
Yeah, we're going to stop at 13.89. That's good enough. Okay? So why don't you guys try the next one on your own? What is it going to be?
Crap me.
Okay. So we have 8 is my height. We don't know the hypotenuse or the slant height. We know the bottom is 5. So we go 8 squared plus 5 squared equals slant height. And if we take the square root, we don't have to have the square at the end.
9.4.
Slant height equals 9.43. Good. All right, let's do the next one.
Oh, is it the same way?
Okay. So for this, I have the hypotenuse of 16. I don't have the height. And the bottom is going to be 6. So h squared plus 6 squared equals 16 squared. Okay. So you can do this just like normal, where you go h squared plus 36 equals 256. Subtract 36 from each side. 256, yeah, what did I say? Okay, h, sometimes I say crazy stuff. H squared equals 220. Square root of each side, and h equals 14.83. Okay, or, yeah, you can say h equals 16 squared minus 6 squared square root. You get the same answer. This is just the same way. You don't have to do it this way. Okay? All right. Go ahead and try this next one. Try the next one. 1 minute. Okay. So we've got 15 here. We've got what on the bottom?
9.
Trying to find h. So we have h squared plus 9 squared equals 15 squared. So that gives me h squared plus 81 equals 225. Subtract 81. We get h squared equals 144. So h equals
12.
12. Okay. Let's turn it over because it does get harder. Okay. You do not have to, but you might want to do this on a separate sheet of paper. I tried it on a separate sheet of paper for third hour, and it was easier for kids to read, so I'm going to do some of mine on a separate sheet of paper. I'm going to do the square, or the rectangular, or whatever it is, bottom one first. So I'm going to do this one first. Okay. So you need to write this down at the top, because there are new formulas.
Alright, hold on.
I'm going to write down the formulas first, while you guys are getting your stuff together. Surface area for a pyramid equals the area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. And volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, so let's take this right here and find all the parts of it. So what is the area of the base of this pyramid? What's the area of the base, guys? Who knows? 16. What's the perimeter of the base? 16, good. What's the slant height? 6.3. Focus, guys, writing this down. Focus on me. This is difficult. I want you to pay attention. Okay, what's the height? Do we know just by looking?
No.
So we're going to have to do the whole Pythagorean theorem thing. So we're going to get, this is 6.3. This, what's the bottom part here?
4.
Not 4, but 2. We're trying to find the height. So height squared plus 2 squared equals 6.3 squared. So we're going to get, I'll do it the other way. We're going to get height equals 6.3 squared minus 2 squared square rooted. And we get height equals 5.97. Okay, we now have all 4 things we need to use to find the surface area and the volume. Let's find the surface area first, okay? Surface area equals area of the base, 16, plus 1/2 the perimeter, 16, times the slant height, 6.3. Plug this into our calculator, and what do you guys get? 66.4. What?
Inches.
Good, perfect. Then we're going to do the same thing for volume. Volume equals 1/3. What's the area of the base? Times the height, which is 5.97. Put that in our calculator, and what do we get? 31.84. Good. Okay, we're going to do one more together, and then I'm going to have you do one by yourself. Heidi, go. Stop playing on your phone. Nudge him.
Mikey.
Pay attention. Write this down. Stop playing. Well, why didn't you ask like 20 minutes ago? Because I didn't really want to write it down. I just wanted to play on my phone.
I guess so.
Me too. I really don't want to do this. Just think of it this way. This is the
Thank you.
4th time I've done this. You're welcome. Okay. So this is where I'm going to get a piece of paper out. Okay. So I'm going to rewrite down, I need to find surface area equals the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height, and volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. Okay, so let's find the base first. All right, how am I going to find the area of the base? This one was really easy because I know rectangles and squares are just length times width, right? But this one's a little bit harder. Does anybody remember how to find the area of a pentagon? What was that formula again? 1/2 the, what is this called? Apothem times the number of sides times the length of sides. But yeah, you could just say perimeter. Okay, so B equals 1/2. The apothem is 5.5. The number of sides is 5. And the length of the sides are 8. And so what is the area of the base? Put it in your calculator. 110. Okay, what's the perimeter? One side is 8, and how many sides do I have? So what's the perimeter? 40. What's the slant height? Yep. What's the height? We don't know. Okay, so that's where I'm going to make my triangle. Okay, I know my hypotenuse right here. I know it's 10.6. This is where we get tricky because it is a pentagon. What is the length of this side right here? 5.5. Yep, we just put in the apothem. And we're looking for the height. So that's height squared plus 5.5 squared equals 10.6 squared. So I'm going to do this the long way. So that gives me height squared plus 30.25 equals 112.36. Subtract 30.25 from each side. And I get h squared equals 82.11. So square root both sides. H equals 9.06. Questions, comments, concerns about that so far? Yes. Better? So now I'm going to put it in. The formula. Area of the base is 110 plus 1/2 the perimeter, which is 40. So remember, I'm finding surface area. Area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height times 10.6. And what do we get the surface area equals? Put in your calculator, what do you get? Anybody have an answer yet? 322 feet squared. Okay, now we're going to do volume. Volume is 1/3 area of the base times the height. So volume equals 1/3. The area of the base is 110. The height is 9.06. So put that in your calculator, and what do you get? 332.2 feet cubed. Okay. You see the pyramid right in the middle, right in the very center. Do that one on your own right now. Everybody's doing that one right now.
No.
Right now.
I tell myself. It's gonna happen. 2 days. It's gonna happen. If y'all do not see me tomorrow, it's because of algebra. I mean geometry.
Or because of your driving.
If y'all do not see me tomorrow, it's because of geometry.
Like if you don't see me tomorrow, it's because I'm crying. Like from my drive.
That's the real right. Honestly.
I couldn't drive myself to school.
Okay, wait, hold up. So this is 7.6. So this is 7.6. Oh. Wait, times what? Whoa, where's she? Whoa, it's times 5 times 5 times. Wait, where's she? Oh, times 11.
Alright, do this. Middle triangle.
I get 2 over 9. Is equal to 2 over 9. And then, so B equal to, it would be 11, 35. And then we don't know the height. So, therefore, you have to do height squared plus 7 equals 12.5
Two more minutes and I'm going over the answer. You should be trying this.
No!
Add up all the lengths of the sides or times it by the number of sides. Length of the sides and
Oh, you just added it on.
So 8, 9, 20.
How do you feel permanent?
No, but I was on the couch too with you.
Yes. I got it, Mr. B. Did you guys get the 552?
Why did you say it? Why did you do it?
I don't understand why this is
like after
people
I
that
like
need
hung out.
I
feel so
He brought you back.
All right, ready? Okay. So remember, surface area equals area of the base plus 1/2 the perimeter times the slant height. Volume equals area of the base 1/3 area of the base times the height. So base equals 1/2 the apothem times the number of sides times the length of the sides. So base equals 1/2. Apothem is what?
Apothem is
7.6. Good. Number of sides?
5.
Length of the sides? So the area of the base equals 209. Perimeter is
55.
slant height is
12.5.
height is
We don't know.
you have to figure it out. So this is 12.5. Apothem is 7.6. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. 7.6 squared plus h squared equals 12.5 squared. So that is 57.76 plus h squared equals 156.25. Subtract 57.76 from both sides. Height squared equals 98.49, square root it. H equals 9.92. So, surface area first, base plus 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Base is 209.
9 plus 1/2 times 55 times 12.5. Then you get 552.75 mi squared.
552.75 mi, which stands for miles squared. And then we're going to do volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So volume equals 1/3, 209 times 9.92. And so what does the volume equal?
691.09 miles.
Perfect. Okay, I want to be clear about your homework, so you need to listen. Okay? I want you to make sure you get this written down. But if you look, I want you to read the directions to you. So this is the front, where it says volume and surface area of pyramids homework. It says find the volume of each figure and round to the nearest 10. So that means you have 6 problems where you're just doing what equation? 1/3 area of the base times the height. The back says find the surface area of each figure, round to the nearest 10. So that's the surface area equation. So you do not have to find both for any of them, okay? Just be careful. A lot of people in my other hours were doing way extra work, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that up. This is the equation for the front. Write this down. This is the equation for the front. And then we're going to flip to the back. Everybody's got this? Flip to the back. Write that down. That's the equation you use. Let's not do more work than we have to, if at all possible. Right?
If we're done, if we go before you get back, then yeah.
But if you want, if you guys get done before us, you can just chill at the house. I think next week we'll be at the house right as well. Because I'm not gonna wait and then get ready. So I have to eat and then
Wait, the homework.
No, Kate, I think, is gonna sit at Subway. Like, that's her trip. He can still see me, like, correctly and stuff.
Just don't think about it.
But,
So if we go, when it gets done, or you're done, then we'll probably, we'll probably just go to the house.
All right, I cleared my calculator.
I had a clear one.
I mean, if you wanna, look, if you wanna take
I'll make sure to do that.
Okay, if you wanna take Destiny with you, that would work out.
I can't.
You can't?
No, I'm not numbers like that. I can't bring that.
What if you wanted to know like that?
Well, right, house, not going out. Yeah, now it's getting number. I don't know what kind of mood his mom was in today, so I don't want her around his mom instead of being a little bit.
You guys just gotta see
Her mood changes so fast.
When Matt grabbed out the table.
Right, really?
She had a whole ass.
She wouldn't let us go in the house. She wouldn't let us go in the house because, okay, like, how was he supposed to know that you had lips set out if you weren't letting us know?
And then she got mad because he didn't bring out the cups or anything to the.
Yeah, I nearly drowned, but I didn't know.
I felt bad because I didn't eat the pizza.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
She was talking to me, she was walking.
Cardo, bro. Yes, Cardo.
No.
Cardo came over here and gave me Cardo. Hey,
Be nice to each other.
he wanted to steal on me that five. Right, you know. That's my five there.
Yeah, did you stop recording?
Oh, everybody in the camera.
Oh my